Hi, my name is Trey Yasger, and I have never felt more blessed in my life to be following the pastor's son in his speech. When I was asked to write a speech for Baccalaureate, I was pretty freaked out. Not really because I had to speak in front of people, but because I thought I would have anything to say. When I read Timothy chapter 4, it washed away my fears due to the fact that I could relate to the scripture. The scripture tells of many people turning away from their faith. It also tells us as believers to stay strong in our faith and to teach others through examples of our life. I cannot say that I'm a saint. To think that I could teach someone faith feels almost silly, seeing as if I'm an 18-year-old. I cannot say that I'm a saint, but to think that I could teach someone faith seems silly. But I have, however, proved myself in the past. Almost always after the summer trips, I'm rejuvenated in the spirit, mostly due to Mexico and the huge churches that we get to go to during our summer trips. The trips allow me to really distance myself from the outside world and to get closer to God. A prime example of this was in Montreat last year. One of the speakers was from a town filled with people who were extremely wealthy and well off. But however, the town was faced with an extreme suicide problem. This showed me that even the people who are extremely blessed can feel alone. When I came back from this trip, I almost immediately had to go to a Halloween Haunt audition. At the audition, I met a man. He seemed alone during the audition process, so I went up to him and started talking to him. I found out that his dad had recently died of cancer. He felt extremely alone in the world and couldn't even believe that a man that was so good in the world and so God-fearing that could die in such a terrible way. I spent the rest of the audition process trying to calm him down and tell him that God works in mysterious ways. At the end of the 4-hour hiring process, the man was in tears. He said that I had changed his life. He said that I had really opened his eyes again and allowed him to see that God's glory could really be seen in mysterious ways. We were finally given our monster positions, and I finally found out that I really had made a difference. And it's really weird that at Halloween Haunt of all places, I could really find a place that I could really help someone with God. The paper Lisa gave us also regarded that we should really show significant faith-shaping events that have taken place in our life. I thought really long and hard about this, but I couldn't think of one major event that stood out above the rest. There have been many moments in my life, especially in the last 4 years of high school, that have both strengthened and strained my faith. If I were to choose one thing that has significantly shaped my faith, it would have to be our youth group. Youth group has allowed me to experience many amazing things, from Mexico to working at a Boys and Girls Club in North Chicago. Whether it was seeing the look on the face of the family members this year when we gave the keys to their house, and the tears in their eyes when I could see just the happiness in their eyes, just to be able to give them a closet to us as a house. Or to be able to see thousands of kids in a giant room doing a weird dance called an Energizer. I can thank youth group for putting me in all of these situations. I'd also like to take this time to thank Lisa for breaking her back for us kids these last 4 years and showing me how much power the Lord can give to a person, because I can't think of any other reason she'd deal with us for 4 years. I'd like to thank my parents for raising me as a good Christian and for instilling me with good morals and teaching me to make good choices. I'd also like to thank every single one of my friends here, especially the ones today, Michael and Alex, for staying here through all the good and bad times in my life. I'd also like to thank Carter for staying with me throughout my entire church experience and for actually getting me into this church. I'd also like to thank the entire congregation for being almost a second family to me and really instilling great morals in my life and to allow me to make really good choices. Thank you very much.